The Art of War, one of the oldest books, but the best books you can ever read. Life is like a little bit like war, you know? I'm just out having lunch with my friend from Norway. Say hello, Kat.
Hi, hvordan går det?
Hvordan går det? I have horrible Norwegian. It's a crazy language, but it's one of the best countries in the world. Good people. Anyway, so Art of War was literally written in the 500 BC era. And so I always say, a lot of people come to me and they want me to invest in their businesses and things, and I go, but tell me your strategy. And life isn't exactly like war. It's not always violent, but in terms of strategy, if you don't have a strategy, I can guarantee you how much money you're gonna have in your bank account. So people who strategize win, and it's that simple. Whether it's money or charity or anything you're trying to do, show me your plan and I'll show you the percentage chance you have of pulling it off. So I like actually strategy better than plan. He who knows himself and also his enemy will never lose a battle. You matched the car, you know that?
I know.
Did you plan that?
I planned it.
I read that the average person, I read that 50% of people will quit after one mistake because they fear disgrace. 70% of people will quit after two, and 90% of people quit after 3 mistakes. Don't be like that. You gotta go at least 4 or 5 times. What's the biggest mistake you ever made?
You don't want to know that.
I don't want to know. Were you sober?
Yes.
Best line in this book. She's a Gemini, she likes crazy ideas. Here's a good idea. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you don't need to fear the result of 100 battles. But, and this is most people, if you only know yourself but not your competition, for every victory gained, you'll also suffer defeat. That's why most people, like, especially in business, but in everyday life, they only know what they want to do, and they forget to factor in that other people have a counter move. And so, if you want to do big things, you have to know yourself and what the competitors are already doing. People are like, I want to be an entrepreneur, Ty, but I'm like, okay, who's already doing what you're doing? And people go, oh, I don't know that much. I'm like, you should know the shoe size of your closest competitor. He says, if you know yourself but not your enemy, for every battle you lose one. So it's like 1 step forward, 1 step backwards. And that's why 80% of entrepreneurs go broke in 5 years. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you always lose. You know, actually, one of the best other lines that I like in here, he says, the skillful fighter puts himself into a position which makes defeat impossible. I see people losing a lot, you know, they're like starting business after business, or everything they do fails. You gotta make sure you put yourself in a position to win, which is basically don't bite off more than you can chew. I don't think there's anything wrong with ratcheting up your business real tight or whatever you're trying to do. You know, Dean Smith, one of the #1 basketball coaches of all time, UNC head coach, he coached Michael Jordan. He said a lot of people, tour buzz, a lot of people say that you should have, you know, your vision and, I mean, your dream should be at the stars. That way, if you only hit halfway, you hit to the moon or whatever. And he said, I never believed that. He said, hit goals that are attainable. So put yourself in positions to win. Study this book. It'll change your life, I'm telling you. It's a good book. You can read it in a short period of time. Look at that. Yeah, one more time for some bloopers. All right, give us a true, give us a Norwegian ballet dance move.
That was really good.
That was actually pretty good. And one of the big things it talks about is you have to know yourself. You know, take psychometric tests. They have them online. They're free. Myers-Briggs, DISC, Hexaco. They've got the Strength Finder one. They have Colby. These are all knowing yourself. Remember what he says, if you only know yourself but don't know the enemy, for every battle you win, for every success you have, you'll have a loss. So if you want to put yourself in a position to win, make sure you're continually studying not only yourself, but also you got to do your due diligence on on other competitors. Like I tell people, have you spent 8 hours searching everything about any competitor that's ever done anything similar? Maybe not identical, but similar. I was just reading a book by Paul Allen and how he and Bill Gates started Microsoft, and he said Bill Gates was obsessed with the competitor, and that's advice going back 500 years. So Give us some. How do you say I like fast cars in Norwegian?
Jeg liker raske biler.
How do you say it?
Jeg liker raske biler.
That is a complicated sentence that I cannot say. So, uh-oh, we got a dog coming in. Anyway, so one thing I was just gonna say, I'm gonna start posting. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe because I'm gonna start putting out some short-term videos that I just pop up. Okay, and I'm doing some contest stuff. Like I'm giving away like a car this year. I'm helping out entrepreneurs with tools, laptops, all this stuff, just because I believe in investing in others. So if you're interested, one thing you can just do, I'm gonna pop these up. So you gotta be on my subscriber list to see it. Whoever leaves the best comment on my video that I pop up is gonna win. So yeah, do me a favor, subscribe here, and Art of War, Lamborghini, Art of War, they go together.